That doesn't change. Maximums, minimums go in your y1s. y1 is different than your regular y of your variable because that represents whatever it is we're putting into that y1. So in y1, it's going to be your maximums or your minimums. And this will represent whether it's the maximum is the product and the minimum is going to be the sum. Okay. Now, we started off before with two variables. Let x equal the first positive real number and let y equal the second positive real number. It's the same setup as we did before. So now, we have to take the product of these two numbers. And so I write the product, x times y. And I write the sum is a minimum. I'm just going to say sum right now. Let's put it here. I'm going to say my sum. Okay? So I'm going to put my sum into my y1. I don't know, do you have the rest of that that's written down there, or do you have a blank one? Is yours blank? I don't know if I had this down there or not. Okay, so now, this is my y1. This is the sum of my two real positive integers, numbers. Okay, so now, we're going to take this sum and we're going to put this into our y1 in our calculator. We got a problem. We can't put this y in there. We can put an x, but we can't put two variables in there. It's one equation. So we come back to this guy and we say, if I could replace this y in terms of x, so I solve in terms of x. So I divide both sides by x. I'm solving y in terms of x, and now I can use my substitution. Don't worry about what it looks like. Just take it and substitute it. That's the guy we're going to put into your y1. y1 represents my sum of these numbers. X and y represent the numbers. This is like always the most confusing part. And we use x and y just because they're just two variables. So now you're going to put this in your calculator. Again, we're going to have to play with your window. You can do it two ways. You can kind of guesstimate it. You can go to your table, but you're going to have to get good about changing your windows. So let's put this in. First one, okay, so now, if I just graph this, I'm just going to do a zoom 6 and graph, a normal graph. Doesn't mean a lot to me. I don't even see anything, because my numbers are pretty high. I'll be right over. If my product is 192 and my sum is at a minimum, I got two numbers right now. Two numbers. I got to estimate something. So my product is 192. So let's estimate. Let's just estimate it, then we'll look at your table. So we said our minimums have to be zeros because they're real positive integers. Now let's see if we could estimate what my x max and my y max could be. Okay, so let's say 200. What was your y max going to be? Okay. Let's see if we see anything. We're looking for a minimum. Do you see a minimum? Do you see a dip down? This minimum is not a parabola because it has an asymptote. It has a weird thing happening here. So it's not a parabola, but it kind of makes a hook. And you want that hook. That's where your minimum is. If my hook was too soft, I would extend my x and make my hook little sharper. So you can work with that. From here, you can find your minimum. Make sure you use a minimum, not a trace. So you're going to go to the right of it, if my calculator lets me, before it bounces over. Coming to the left of it, and you're going to go to the right of it. You want this minimum. How many decimal places do we use? 3. Okay, so here's my minimum. My minimum is, make sure you're getting this. There's I'm dropping here, and I'm looking for this, my minimum. It was 7 something, right? 713. Thank you. Okay, now, important part. This is the X. This is my Y1. This represents my minimum sum. This represents my X number. Now, I need to find, for homework, it's 2 and 3 and 4. I think you did 4, but now it'll be 3. I need to find my other Y, this guy. So I bring this back up here, and I just substitute it in. I need to find my Y of my let statement. This is my Y1, my sum. So I come back here, and I plug it back into this. Remember, I substituted it back into that Y? Now I'm going to substitute the X back in to find the Y. And my Y comes out to be the same. So I have 2 numbers. X is 13.856 and Y is 13.856. Together, they give me my minimum sum. Okay. We had 2 positive real numbers that satisfy a maximum and that satisfy a minimum. You're going to find them on your graph. If you struggle with setting your window, go as soon as you put your equation in. As soon as you put your equation in, when you find your window, go to your table. Watch. If you struggle, we estimated. You can estimate anything you like. You can't hurt this calculator. If you go second table, I know I have a minimum here. So I'm going to start at my 0. I'm going to make it dip until it starts to come back up again. So watch. I noticed my highest was like 193. It's still dipping. I'm dipping. I'm still dipping. Up, somewhere over here it started to increase again. And I don't care where. Excuse me, thank you. Somewhere it still didn't reach the bottom. And then it came back up. So just double that. Estimate it. You can go to your table. You can estimate your window. Key thing, don't do a trace. Trace doesn't work because we need to be 3 decimals exact, and you will never get the 3 decimals exact. So make sure you're using X and a min, and make sure you just sketch this for me. So this is the sketch I want to see. It's just dipping. And my maximum is the parabola, because we can see that parabola. So for homework, I want you to, I know you did 4, have 3 and 4 done by Wednesday, because I don't see you guys tomorrow. Sound good? Once we put these things to words, they kind of make more sense. Because we'll be like using fencing problems and things like that. It kind of makes more sense. You want